Lesson 3, talking about blubber. All about blubber. Animals and plants are not like human in adaptation. Because adaptation in human is fast, but in plants and animals is slow. Humans adapt with their environment faster than animals and plants. Because humans don't depend on adaptation of traits. Don't depend on traits only, but they can change the environment, the surrounding environment. They can, in cold weather, they can wear a heavy clothes. In heat, can wear short clothes or light clothes. Okay, but animals can't wear a heavy clothes. In Arctic zone, the weather is very cold, and many animals live there can adapt with the weather there. Animals in the Arctic zone can't wear heavy clothes to protect themselves from the cold weather, but depend on their traits only. When you feel cold, heat moving from your body to the environment. But when you put your hand in the sorting bag is a bag have a fat or contain when you put your hands in the sorting bag, that bag have a fat. Then you put your hand in the water, your hand stay warm. But when you put your hand in an empty bag and then in a cold weather, you feel with the cold weather. Okay, when you put your hand in the sorting bag and then in the water, your hand stay warm. But when you put your hand in the empty bag and then into the water, you immediately feel cold, feel with the cold weather. The heat from your hand moves quickly into the water. Okay, example, polar bear have a blubber. What's the meaning of blubber, grade 3? Blubber is a thick, fatty layer with many blood vessels that warm the body of polar bear. Polar bear live in the Arctic zone that have a very cold weather. So it have a blubber that make its body warm. Again, what's the meaning of blubber? Blubber is a thick, fatty layer with many blood vessels. A thick, fatty layer with many blood vessels that make the body of polar bear warm in the Arctic zone. Okay, blubber is an adaptation of polar bear to survive in polar region. So, and polar bear have also a thick fur, a thick white fur to survive in ice. Because the Arctic zone have white ice, so adaptation of polar bear is having a thick white fur. Is an example of traits that help the polar bear to survive. The polar bear has layers of fat and blubber to keep warm. Again, a thick white fur is an example of traits that help the polar bear to survive in the Arctic zone because the weather is very cold and the ice in everywhere of the Arctic zone. Okay, and polar bear also have layer of fat and blubber to keep it warm. Cold climate animals might have other adaptation and other examples of adaptation like what can shiver to keep their muscle warm, can shiver. Some fluff their feathers to trap warm air near the body, like penguin have a thick feathers to keep its body warm. Okay, some animals also have thick fur and extra layer of blubber, so less heat escapes or keep its body warm. So, polar bear have a thick white fur and layer of fat and blubber to survive. And some animals shiver to keep their muscles warm, and other fluff their feathers to trap warm air near the body or to keep their body warm. Some animals also have thick fur and blubber to keep its body warm or to keep less heat escapes from their body. A fun fact about camels. Camels live in desert, so it needs to store water and fat to survive in desert in a hot climate. Okay. Camels live in some of the hottest climates of the earth. Camels live in desert, so it can carry up to 80 pounds of fat in its hump. This is its hump, okay? This is the hump of a camel. It can store energy and water. Camels can survive for 7 days with no water and 3 weeks with no food. Okay. Camels can survive for 7 days with no water and 3 weeks with no food by breaking down its fat in the hump to get its food. The fat also helps them stay cool during the hot days and warm during the cold nights. The fat helps to stay cool during the hot days and warm during the cold nights. Okay, let's solve these questions. Animals adapt faster than humans. Animals adapt faster than humans. False. Okay, Arctic animals wear clothes to feel warm. False. The polar bear has blubber that help it keep warm? Yes, true. Humans depend on their trees to adapt the surrounding environment? False. Arctic birds may fluff their feathers to trap warm air near their body? Yes, true. Arctic zone is a habitat in which animals adapt to the cold weather, the hot weather, or the sunny weather. Of course, a cold weather. Okay. Arctic animals have many adaptations to keep warm, such as fluffing their feathers, having blubber, all the previous answers. All the previous answers. Okay. The white fur helps the polar bear to blend in the white color of the snow. The white fur helps the polar bear to blend in the white color of snow. To feel cold, easily to catch its prey, keep its body cold. Feel cold, easily catch its prey, keep its body cold. Easily catch its prey. Yes. Some Arctic animals may vibrate their bodies to keep their body warm, catch their berries, blend in with the snow. Of course, keep their body